¿Qué onda? I'm GeeKan, and in today's video we're making this. Hey, last week winner was Mi Pan Susuzum. In this video I'm gonna explain how I made that project. And a huge shout out to my friend Nga and Candy. Thank you guys so much for sharing my video on your story. If you want a shout out on my next video, make sure to share this video and tag me in your story. So let's get right into it. It's a funny story because I made this remix a while ago and didn't mean to become this viral. I think it's my most played song with the TikTok plays. Alright, so let's get started. Let's start with the drums. And the intro, it's basically just loops of percussions. The intro sounds something like this. Just to keep the groove, this is the first loop. Some snaps. And a shaker. Pretty basic stuff, so let's move on to the build. I've only added this clap and this little tom, so that's for the drums of the intro. Now the main vocal is this. As you can see, I've left some of the percussions of the original sample, like this. Keeps the group going, and this is the processing. I've only made some autotune, some EQing, this waves plugin that I really love. This is without it, and this is with. Then we have some more EQ, the ESR, OTT, some endless smile for automations, effect, and giving a more organic character, I don't know, like this. It's almost like a reverb automation. Then we have some clipper, and that's it, I think. Some stereo imaging. And auto filter for automations and sidechain for the drop, I think.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you
Then we have this kind of path. It's really doing nothing. Then we have this like vocal fill. Only has some reverb, and I don't know what's this. Oh yeah, little percussion fill. And this super low vocal with distortion. Finally, we have the Reese bass. I've explained how to make a Reese bass in another video. I'll link to the video up here in the screen. You'll see like a thingy. The Reese bass I'm using here, it's 3 layers. It's a path from Spire. This one. And the sub. Then we have the effects section, and for the intro there's nothing much going on, so we have a reverse thing. It's the main vocal with a lot of reverb, this synth, this crash reversed. Then we have the build part. This is how it sounds with the drums, vocal, the bass, effects. Really simple actually. We have the clap, where I automated the panning at the very end, and the percussion loop. It really helps with the groove. Then we have the vocal automated, and the pre-drop vocal. And then we keep going with the main vocal with some sidechain. Then for the build-up we keep going with the Reese with an HP filter automated, and then the main bass has some automations, HP filter, a low pass, and some reverb. And for the effects section we have a downlifter, an uplifter, I think it's rock, yep, and a freeze synth, another freeze, and another uplifter. That's for the build. Then we have this thing for the pre-drop, the vocal really chopped, and this reverse thing. So then we have the drop. So let's start with the drums of the drop. I really like to use this free clipper on my drum boss. This is the main kick. Then we have the claps. It's 2 layers. This is the first one, and this is the second one. More like in the center in your face, I think, and layered with a snap. Then we have this reverse thing. All them together sound something like this. That's it for the drums. I've added a hi-hat at the second part of the drums. Then a little fill. This is the processing I have, and I've made like a melody for the dump, so it sounds like it's going down. And a delay automation. Then a little fill and a reverse tom. We have the second part of the drop, that it's the same thing but with this percussion loop. And then we have the main vocal, and here's how it sounds. I'm sorry for the CPU. I've automated the endless smile tail, so it sounds like a reverb automation, you can see here. Just to fill the gaps between them. And then we have super wide and low layer. And this little with the panning all the way around. Then little fills like this. And this. And this. That's it for the vocals. Then let's move on to the basses. So here's the interesting part. Here's how they sound like. Alright, so first we have this layer. There's nothing much going on. I have the lows cutted and the bass in mono. I really don't know why. Then the second layer that sounds like this. And with the first layer sounds like this. Pretty cool, right? And here's the MIDI. As you can see, it has some gaps between them, so it lets the melody like rest a bit. Then we have the sub, sounds like this. Simple sine wave. And then we have this serum. And for transitioning, I don't know if that's the word, we have this bass shot together with this. As you can see, it has no lows and a low pass filter automated, so it opens a bit like this. All together they sound like this. And then for the second part, I have this next layer. Yeah, that's it for the basses. Next, at the effects section, it's really empty actually. We have this brass shot. Oh, first we have some white noise. Then we have this brass shot. And then we have this reverse bass. We have this reverse synth. And this freeze thing. Yeah, you can get some of these samples and presets for free in the description below. We have for the second part this kind of chant, some riser and sweeps. And that's it. Now let's move on to the break part. The drums, it's actually just a clap. Yeah, now we have these little chops of the vocal. And this super low one. And this little melody, I've discovered this sound for accident and it fit really well with the track, so here's how it sounds. It's this preset from Synthplant. Yeah, some reverb, a compressor, and that's it. Here's the MIDI if you were wondering. and the Reese bass. And then with sub and some effects. It's the Reese bass with the effects. Some fire ambience. So we have this little fill I've used at the by my side. There's the link to that video here, up here at the top right corner. And then we have this super dope trap part. For the drums, we have a kick, some longer and shorter notes. Then we have a combo of snares and the 808 with a sidechain to the kick. And finally some hats. Almost there, guys, almost there. Some stupid vocal things. And the percussion. The melody that I've showed you before, but an octave down. I really hate that word, octave. And then a pad. Just an inspired preset from the Factory 6 for the effects section. I'm not sure if I have something. Yep, there's nothing. Second build-up, basically the same as the first one. Trap hat, the perk loop, the claps, and that's all. And a high pass filter, that always helps with the build-ups. And then we have this refill. Same vocal as before. Pre-drop vocal. And some toms for the feel, I think. Super short, and then start making them longer and longer. This is the pre-drop, second pre-drop stuff for the sound effects. So we have the basis for the second drop. I've actually started with no sub, as you can see. So I wanted to make like a fake drop or something. And as you can see, I'm actually automating this bass and the high pass, I think. Yeah. And then dropping all them down. Some effects. I bought it like a super high 808 slide. Sounded cool, so I leave it there. Some effects for the very end. And that's all. I think that's pretty much everything. So I leave the link with the free download of some of these presets and samples like the cake, claps, and all that important stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much all for this video. If you have any ideas of what you want to see next or which track you want me to explain, let me know in the comments. I read all of them. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, where I put the polls where you can vote the next video. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, all the stuff. See you guys in the next one. Nos vemos.